Hello, everyone. Uh, I guess we'll just start another minute or so. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the February 2021 edition of MobiTalk. We are delighted to have you all join us here today. The topic of today's talk is building multi-platform apps with SwiftUI. First of all, I'd like to introduce our speaker for today. We have with us Mr. Bharath Raj Kumar. He is an iOS software engineer who is currently working with Paytm for Paytm Money. He has been working with Swift development right from his college days. He has professionally been working with iOS development for over 2 years now. Welcome, Bharat. Stage is all yours now.
Thanks, Gauri. So let's look into building multi-platform apps with SwiftUI today. So we have been building iOS apps for long, maybe like more than 2-3 years for me now. So, but there was some thoughts within myself. Why not just build for iOS? Why just building for iOS? So it's been just going on for days and days, and it has not been easy for me or for anyone to build an Mac app or Watch app, for example, previously. But right now with SwiftUI, it has been it's become more and more simple, and it has even gone to the extent where you can just share the code base for all the platforms for Apple. So um, right now, let's jump right into the session. So let's look into what we are going to be building for today. So one, we'll be building an iOS app, building a Mac app, building an iPadOS app, WatchOS app, and tvOS app. So all these apps will have some shared layouts and some common layouts, and also some specific layouts for iOS or iPadOS. So it's quite simple. It's not difficult as uh, you see in the WWE videos or something else. So it's the easiest way to develop the multi-platform app. So what right now we'll be building today? So we'll be building a small color manager app. So which you can add colors to. For example, say you have a brand and you want to store all the colors of that app. So you can just use this app to store all those data. It's not, we are not persisting anyway. Just a temporary persistence. So we are not using core data, but probably you could try later building a core data app on about it. So let's see what's the difference between a SwiftUI and a UI kit app? So in SwiftUI, it's still in a baby state, so you don't have there's still a lot of issues and uh, things available. But with us in babies, us in a small plane, you can still have fun whatever with it. But in UI kit, it's more suited to more customizations or whatever it is. So it's like full-fledged platform where you build apps for iOS or with Catalyst UI kit on Catalyst for macOS, but it still doesn't provide the simplicity that SwiftUI gives you while building multi-platform apps. So you can probably use UI kit and still build a multi-platform app, but it's not that simple. You still have to learn a lot of I mean frameworks for WatchOS or macOS. So what the thing only ultimate way to easily jump into developing a multi-platform app is SwiftUI. So it still has a lot of backlogs or something in it. It's still in its baby form, but as time progresses, we will be probably a lot. We'll be seeing a lot of push from Apple to start adopting SwiftUI. So that's the thing. So SwiftUI is still a small plane where it's quite luxurious. You can just still play with it, but UI kit is a big plane. It's just you have a lot of options to play with. So that's just between the UI kit and SwiftUI. So what are the advantages of using SwiftUI? So in SwiftUI, one thing is that it's the future. Whatever what you might agree or disagree, as you have already seen with how the adoptment with Swift has become among the developers. I think probably this will be the same case scenario for SwiftUI as well. So I think it's better that we start learning SwiftUI. It's not as hard as what people say. So I mean, it might be difficult at first when you learn, but as you put the effort to learn it, it's going to be really easy for you. So that's the case. So I think SwiftUI is the future, and the UI kit will be existing, but most of the platforms will start adopting SwiftUI, as you have seen already with widgets in iOS or something where it's only SwiftUI exclusive. So in such case scenarios will be coming a lot more in the future. In with SwiftUI, it's easy to build a multi-platform app, as I previously said. So it's the best way to build a multi-platform app, in my opinion. Although if you need more customization, you can just go for platform-specific OS, I mean frameworks. But if you want to build an app that you want to cater the users among all the Apple platforms, then the only way I would suggest is going with SwiftUI, at least for now. For simple apps, for complex apps, it's a different case scenarios altogether. But you can't do a lot more stuff with SwiftUI in that sense. And for SwiftUI, there's no storyboards. You don't have to deal with storyboards or auto layouts. Whenever we talk about storyboards or auto layouts, there would be two parts of there would be always an agreement and there would be always a disagreement. So you don't have to deal with both the agreements or disagreements. Anything right now. It's just simple as that. It's quite what do you say declarative. And if you SwiftUI with help of SwiftUI, you can leverage combine to its fullest level. Though you can use combine on other frameworks, I would say suggest using combine on SwiftUI. It's the best, and I think Apple developers specifically designed the combine to make development with SwiftUI more easier. But we aren't using any combine today. It's a whole together a topic to be discussed upon. To be looked upon in another day. So that's one thing. So what are the backdrops of SwiftUI? So one backdrop, what I would say is it's quite hard to debug. It's not like what are the debugging tools that Xcode provides. It's not as easy as using a print statement between the code blocks to check what you are using for. So it's there's a workaround for it, but it's quite hard to debug in its own nature. And with SwiftUI, there's no view hierarchy. So when you define a UI kit view or something, there's a hierarchy where you can just look into. But with SwiftUI, there's no view hierarchy. You won't be able to even use the view debugger for SwiftUI. So that's one big negative. And there's lots and lots of bugs, insects and reptiles, even whatever it's in animal kingdom, it's all in SwiftUI. So, but it's that true nature of SwiftUI where the Apple keeps on fixing all those bugs as days progresses. So I'm pretty sure that these will all be removed. It's like a wild jungle right now. So as there are very few basic bugs like when the list views or different views cannot persist the selection of the row or something like that when you dismiss uh, and when you navigate and dismiss the view. So it's some critical stuff which we should be expecting SwiftUI to work on, but that isn't the case with SwiftUI right now. Uh, and with performance, there are a few drawbacks with performance. That not much, I would say. When for a simple app, I would say it's quite fast, efficient as well. But when you add like 1,000 or 2,000 data into a view or something like that, that's when SwiftUI really lags behind UI kit. So I'm pretty sure that these performance issues will also be looked into by Apple and fixed. So one thing with us being an Apple developer is that uh, we expect everything to be done by Apple in some way or the other. So and pretty much Apple also does the things for us. So it's the true nature of us as an Apple developer to expect things from Apple each and every day. So because they didn't provide us an option to open source all those 50 or whatever the frameworks they have. So obviously, it's the right thing to expect Apple to do everything for us. So if it is an open source thing, probably you would be able to try to contribute something as possible. So let's jump right into building the color manager app for iOS, iPadOS, macOS, watchOS, and tvOS. So I'll just give a walkthrough on how the layouts would look like. So what the layout would look like now. So right now in iOS, for iOS, we'll be just having a small list view. We'll be having a favorite button, favorite which will act like a filter, and add button, which we will be using to add the colors to the list. And the detail page where will be the color will be filled with the background, and we'll be having the color name and the color code in the bottom. And this is the WatchOS app. So we should be looking at some things specifically for WatchOS app, where adding a color, adding text fields, or something that which is not so user friendly with WatchOS. So we'll be just having a small app where we could just see the colors or filter the colors and just favorite the colors if you want. So that's just the layout for WatchOS. The macOS and iPadOS is pretty much similar. So that's we would be having a add button and a favorite button as well, and the colors to add in the list, and the list will be displayed over here, and there will be a toolbar where you can favorite the colors for macOS. And this is for tvOS. tvOS is a whole new world. It's not like a simple iOS app or something. It's we should be designing the tvOS layout. It's like a lot of factors to be considered. So it's you as macOS and iOS and watchOS are like a mobile kind of OS where the OS travels with you, but it's not the case with tvOS. So it's gonna be stationary within inside your home or bedroom or wherever it is. So uh, and also, we should be looking into maximizing the real estate that's provided in tvOS. So it's quite big, which depends upon your TV size. So it's a whole new world to design the layout for tvOS. My bare attempt, or I would say my lame attempt to create a similar layout for tvOS. Is this just a simple mosaic view with the scrolling functionality? So this tvOS is something like where you can use the app to just display the colors or something like that. So of that sort. So let's start building the app right away. So these are some articles you would be checking out. I would share all these links with you again. So let's see how it looks. One is the developer tutorial. It's SwiftUI in Apple's website. I would say the documentation is quite really good in this Apple's developer portal for SwiftUI tutorial. And there's one talk from WWDC which you should be really looking into. So this is on SwiftUI from WWDC 19. And there's one open source app which you can be probably drawing inspiration from. So this Redis UI is available on all Apple platforms, so it's quite well built. So I would suggest looking into that as well. So we'll start working on the app right now. So I think the app is available in the description for everyone in the app, I guess. So yeah, so it's the GitHub link is available. I would suggest pulling the code from the Git, downloading the code, or duplicating the code. So, and I would be suggesting, I would be pasting all those code snippets in this document as well, for which the link has been shared in the chat in YouTube. So look into that as well. So probably let's start working on the app right away. So this is the so for creating a Xcode app, simple, I mean, the multi-platform app, all you need to go do is just new uh, project and select multi-platform, give it a name, and just fix it. So I've done all this for you, so you don't have to worry about anything. I have configured all the data sources for that for the startup project inside the startup project for this app. So you don't have to worry about managing the data as well. So all it's done for you. We are just going to be totally concentrating today upon building the views. That is specific for iOS, macOS, and stuffs like that. So if there's any other, this going to be the data source is going to be quite simple as well. So as you can see, there's a resources tab. You have the JSON for the data sources. This is an array of light. I mean, array of colors where we'll be having an ID. It's a unique ID and color name and the hex code for that color. And if it is favorite or true or false. So this is the five colors that is being or what do you say, pre-written into the app as a data source. So these are the five colors. And this these are all the views have been already written for you. So we'll be just start looking from the first basic view, so which is the color list row. So the color list row is something I would have the PowerPoint along with me so that it's easier for me to show the layouts for each device. So just give me a second. So okay, so what we need to start building is this layout. So first is the row view. So we'll start building out with the row view. So already have the color snippets, color row for iOS. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm having a head stack. So head stack is where you horizontally stack the layout. So say we have two views and we want it to be stacked horizontally. We use a head stack over here. So the first would be this rounded rectangle. So the rounded rectangle is this part. So this is the rounded rectangle. And the second would be the text. And this is the text. And third is the favorite indicator, I would say. So that if the color is a favorite color, it would be indicated over here. And if it's not favorite, it will be indicated over here. I'll have the previews on as well for this. So Apple has cool, nice APIs to create some smooth, rounded corners in SwiftUI. So you could probably use those modifiers for this, uh, for building an cool new rounded rectangle. So we'll be filling that with the color from the color index. This is a model which will be passing the data from the parent view, which we'll be looking into. So this is the color view, and we'll be having this formatting as bold, and there will be a spacer, and if there is a I mean, if the color is favorited from the data source, we will be just displaying the color image. If it is not, we will be just ignoring this part totally. So this is the true advantage of declarative programming. So in UI kit, where you used to probably stuck upon show, hide, or something like that, add the views and something like that. In SwiftUI, it's declarative. If you want to show it, you are just showing it. If you are not, you are not showing it. There's no need to play with show or hide or something like that over here. So that's one great advantage of declarative programming, and that's a true declarative programming. That's how it should be, in my opinion. So I have a preview over here, and since I wanted to preview both data source with a favorite icon and without a favorite icon, I just add two previews. You can probably go with a single preview as well over here. I'll just do this. So this is the color list row which we built, and so we need to build a list of this rows. So I will surely paste this colors code into the document. So let's what what is the view name exactly? So it's color list row view. Right. Your color list row view. Can we paste without formatting out here? We'll just remove the formatting. Paste without formatting, that's not happening. And just remove the background colors at least. Okay, there's no background color option to remove. No formatting. Okay. So this is
Bharat, at the very last, there is a remove formatting. You got it.
okay. Uh, did I miss something? Okay, I'll just go ahead. So I will just start building out the list view as well. In the list view, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be getting the environment object. So from the data. So this environment object is used when we want to reference some uh, value which is being available in the app's lifetime. So or the app's entity. So this data is being provided from to the apps entity over here using the state object property wrapper. What state object property wrapper does is it stores the model, it stores the value type in the apps and entity for the lifetime. So if you it can be accessed by all the views that's being passed on. So say we need to pass the color model data. This color model data is being converted to color model data. You can find it over the models folder. So this should conform to observed object type. So whenever with the property of unpublished, whenever there's a change in view, data, the view will be refreshed. So that's why we use the property of unpublished. So if we add the color or if we favorite a color, we should be the view should be updating. So that's why this property is marked as unpublished. So right now with that state object, we are going to be referencing that state object with the environment object. So environment object is only used for references. State object is used for value types. So we are using the environment objects. So with the environment object, if there are two property wrappers. One is environment object and the other is observable object. So with observable object, what essentially will happen is that the views should be passed on. You should be passing the data on. With the environment object, it's not the same case. So say there is two views, view A, B, C, and view A is the parenting. View B can directly read from view A, and view C also can directly read from view A. But it's not the same case with uh, observable objects. So in observable objects, view A will be passing data to view B will be passing data to view C, and stuff like that. So that's how it works over there. So let's build the part over here. There are three property wrappers. One is favorite, a state property wrapper. So this state property wrapper is used to manage the states in the app in the particular view, and it should be always marked as private. This add state property wrapper is specifically defined to manage the state within that view, and it should not be accessible from outside. So it should be always private. So this is to manage the state where we show favorites. This is to keep mark on the selections of the list. If you are selecting, say, second row or third row, we just need to mark this selection. But there's a big bug with it, which Apple should be probably fixing it later. And this is a macOS specific property which you can come into later part of the state. And this filtered colors is we are just going to be using these filtered colors for showing the favorited colors or non-favorited colors. So this is a variable. This is the data, and this index is for tvOS focusing, which we can come in later. And this body is where we build the true uh, list view. So let's color list. Yes. So what I'm doing now is, as you can see, the view builder already preview already refreshed. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just having a navigation view. So the navigation view will provide us with the navigation title bar and list. And there's a list to its selection. So this is the list, and I'm looking through all those filtered colors. So this is the filtered colors. So in filtered colors, if it is a favorited color, we'll be just displaying the favorited colors. If it is non-favorite colors, we'll be just displaying all the colors that's available in the data. And each color of okay, I'll probably just hide this. Each color row will be a color list row which we have previously written over here would be available for us. So that should be wrapped inside a navigation link and given a tag of that color. So this selection is to manage that color. This color is the same object over here. So that's being used over here to manage the selection. So right now you probably see all the colors over here, and we are just giving a navigation title as colors, but we still don't have the toolbar icons over here. So let's work on building the toolbar icons. So say this is a modifier for building the toolbar icon. So I'm going to be probably using this. So right. So this is a toolbar for macOS specifically. So I'll just delete this part for macOS part for now. So let's just have iOS specific toolbar for this. So you have probably seen by now. Cannot config something. Okay, there's two toolbars. So you probably can see now this toolbar item group where we could probably group everything for toolbars. So and for WatchOS, we would be ignoring the part where we add the colors. So we would not be needing this part for WatchOS. But for iOS, we need to add colors. So this iOS specific thing. So just a simple macro where you add a WatchOS and iOS thing. So and there's a favorite button. So that favorite button will be visible across all platforms. Say even if it is iOS, macOS, or watchOS, or whatever the platform it is, it will be displayed across all platforms. So that's it. So let's try running this app now. I'm building on iPhone 12. So we have a toolbar, we have a list, we have a list row, and we have a favorite icon. So that's all in the color list view. I'll just paste this code on the whole. We have only common actions. Okay. So you could probably see the views over from there. And so the app is running right now. So this filter option filters the favorite colors here. And the add color navigates to color, which we haven't built it right now. So this is the navigation part. And all these colors will have a, I mean, disclosure identifier for the next view. So it's all it all comes with SwiftUI, and you can customize that as well. So it's not an issue. So let's start building this ad view where we are going to be doing right now. So that's the go to the add color view part, and so here we're having an environment variable which is used to get the device specific data. So if you are in presentation mode, what's the presentation mode and such stuff like that. So that's being getting from that. We will get the data from the presentation mode. And this environment object is used to reference the color model data. So which for the color model data is this list. This list, and we would be needing to add, if we are adding any new colors, we would be needing to add that color to that list. So which we can see it in the list of colors. So is that and there are three state properties. One is to manage the color name, which will be inputting, and the second is color, which will be also in user input, and third is to show alert if there is any errors in the text field. So say for example, if you missed out entering the color name or hex color and then pressing the submit button, will throw an alert. So this is an empty view. I have a couple of functions that is going to help us out to show the alert and stuff like that. So let's build the color. Let's color view for iOS. So right now, what we are doing is we are just building from iOS, then to macOS, iPadOS, and then to watchOS, and then to iPadOS. So and then to tvOS. So that's how we are going to be building right now. So now we'll just concentrate on just iOS alone. So right now, there's this ad view part which is being filled. So here in this stack, what we are going to be doing is if you can see the layout. So in the Z stack, which is Z stack is like a in the Z axis where you can layout views on top of each other. So the bottom layout is the color layout where the colors which you're going to be seeing will be displayed. So it's quite a nifty thing which I added. So once you enter the correct color code, the add color view background will be transformed to that color which you have added. So that's the, and there's a scroll view which has a V stack in it, and there is two text fields. One text field is to enter the color name and it's binded to the color name text, and the other thing is to enter the color code and it's binded to the hex color code. So with every change in text field, you can get the data from this hex color state variable, state property. Sorry, and there's a button which you can use to submit the data. So the button has the validations and stuff like this over here. So if just a simple validation, I haven't add any complex validations for that. So if the color count, color name, and hex color is not empty, you can just start adding the colors right away into the list, which you have probably seen in the data source first. And post addition, we are just dismissing that view. So that's this thing. And if not, we are just showing an alert, and that's how simple it is to create a button and validate it over here. And this is the button property. It's a simple submit button. It has a bold font and has a background color and has a frame size with of height 46. And this modifier is to show the alert. Uh, if the alert is false, I mean in this state the alert will be always false, and if it is in else part the alert will be true, and the alert box which is present over here will be shown over here. And once the alert is dismissed, it automatically goes back to false, this show alert. So that's one advantage. You don't have to manage the state of show alert again and again. So we are going to be presenting the alert if there is any alert, and the navigation title bar will be add colors, and it will be iOS specific. Inline display mode is iOS specific, so we are going to be just using iOS specific inline mode. So that's the uh, gist of the add color view. So we're just gonna run it. I'm running out of time, so yeah, we have that. Okay, so we are going to be add color view, and we'll just add some coloring purple. I have a color in mind, and let's say you can just use the hash or whatever it is. And, two. So once done, we'll submit, and it's back to purple again over here, the list, and we haven't built the display list yet. We'll look into that as well. And so where's the color for the detail view? It's quite simple. So we are just getting the environment object from the list and just displaying the colors. Sorry, I'm not sure why we have this environment object over here, but we don't actually need this environment object here. So let's go and paste the color detail view for iOS. This add color view, I think I haven't pasted this snippet yet, so I'll just add that to the snippet as well. So let's see this paste. Okay, that's this irritating formatting. So, okay. Nice. So we added the purple color, and we probably need to show the display colors. Okay. So we go to color detail and add this. So okay, right now I understood why you're using the in-one variable. So when the user favorites the color, we should be able to, show the user that this color is favorited. So let's run this app. So this is a simple one. It has a background of color, and it's a VStack with bottom the color name and the color hex code in it, and also a toolbar where you can favorite the colors if you want. So if it is a color, it will be favorited. It will be his favorite property of that color will be toggle. So that's, you can probably use dot toggle as well over here. So if you so let's try. Let's see color. Okay. So right now there's a favorite color. If you want to add this favorite to favorites, this will Ruby will also be added to favorites. So bottom tab where the color name and the color Xcode will be displayed and the color in the background. Let's try adding a different color. Purple. And 9, 7. I'm not sure why this is displaying. I think I missed this bug somewhere else. Let's look into that later. We will be running out of time if we started looking into bugs. So this is it. So this is the detail view. Probably we can favorite this color as well, and all the favorited colors will be displayed over here. Let's unfavorite some colors. So the colors which are being favorited will be displayed in the list. So that's how the iOS app is done. It's simple. And for WatchOS app, for macOS app, there's not much you have to change. But since we have to make the macOS app look more native and use the real estate that's available in the macOS app. So let's try building some common views and different views for uh, different views. So for macOS, so the entry point will be the color list view, and there will be an add color view. So the add color will be displayed as a sheet instead of what is as a separate screen. The add color will be modally presented on top of the existing context, and where we will be adding the color and the color name to it. So that's the add color view for macOS specifically. So if you come over, look into things over here and just check the inspector, you would be noticing that this color manager, this content view is available in many places, but it has different views. So the thing is that each color content view is in different targets. Say this content view is for iOS, this content view is for macOS. So you can have the same view name inside the project, but you should be assigning the views to different OSs, say macOS and iOS, but the view name should be content view. Then you can just have same name but different targets. So it will compile that. If you have two names in the same target, it's not going to be. It's going to throw out the error. So that's the one thing you should be considering. So this is the color list view, and this entry point, this color manager 2 app is the entry point for the macOS app again. So this admin denotes the entry for any SwiftUI app. So this main window has content view, and we are passing the environment object and state object as environment object to all this content view. So this content view will also be getting the environment variable over here. So say let's build the color. Let's build just for the macOS right now and see how it looks like. So and make some customizations on that. So let's stop the iOS app. Why did it will fail? Okay, this. Okay, let's have another macro over here. So, right. So this is the toolbar for macOS. This is the toolbar for iOS. For macOS, we are sharing this color list view with all the OSs. So say WatchOS or whatever it is, this color list view will be the same across all the OSs. So for macOS, the API is quite different. So this toolbar item group for with placement training is available only on iOS, and for macOS it's different. So we'll be having a spacer button to present the toggle the add action sheet, add color sheet, and there will be another button to just filter the favorite. So these are the three components, important components in the toolbar of macOS. So just make sure that you select the target as macOS, and I'll also paste this updated color view for your reference. Okay. Uh, just copy paste this code and it should be good to go for macOS. So let's run the app for macOS. We still have good time. Okay. So the macOS app will be running as a simple app over here. It's still building, still building. Where's it coming? Yeah, okay. So right now we have the uh, color manager. First, light salmon, canary yellow, all the list which we have, all the colors which we have added previously. We can add some colors. Oh, okay, but there's no add color view which we have built it. So let's just build that. So let's go to add color view, and it's still empty view over here. Add color view for macOS. This add color view will be almost similar to the add color view of iOS, but it has some different button property layout which we should be using, because uh, even some modifiers which we use in iOS is not compatible or doesn't work properly. It's compatible, but it doesn't work properly with macOS. So, say for example, we add the background color option for button in macOS. I mean, in iOS, it doesn't occupy the same layout as same button layout in the macOS. It goes out of bounds with macOS. So there are some small bugs like that. So we are just using the native button property of macOS. It's just a simple button. That's all. So it has a submit text and it shows the alert if there are any errors, and if there's no errors, it just goes and appends the color which you are adding to the color list which is available. So that's done. I think I should be adding this to. I just copy. Detail. I don't see any questions coming. So just let's keep this session on here. Um, okay, there you go with the navigation view, the color detail view. Sorry. Okay, memory form. So just paste that color text. I mean, paste that snippet into inside the body of add color view, and you should be good to go. This color, this also has the same property wrappers as the iOS. So just the only changes with the button thing. So there's a different modifiers for button in macOS compared to iOS. So that's the same. So let's just go and build the macOS app now again. Okay, now it's, you can see the colors, and there's favorite toolbar over here, and it's all native buttons. So it's see how simple it is, how native it feels on Mac OS. So it's all just the same. And so if you want to filter, we'll be just filtering using this layout thing. And let's try adding color. So what? Let's have the same purple coloring, and let's say the colors properties 9 and the same whole model presentation box goes into the same color as you. There's some nifty features which you can like easily do it in SwiftUI. Stuffs like these, where you can use it to prototype such designs very easily. You don't have to like sit and build and drag and drop all those, or even write layer constraints programmatically and do stuff like that. So this is like it probably wouldn't take you a lot of time to build this component in SwiftUI just for development purposes or design purposes. So I'm just adding the color, and the color is done, and it's done. Probably you can add it to favorites, and you can immediately see the purple is added to favorites. So um, Arif Hussain. No, it will not probably add to the app size. So if you are building for iOS, the iOS target will have the exact size. There will be no, I mean, it will be much smaller compared to UI kit. So um, it doesn't bundle all the app view as app code as a whole. It just bundles the app for the specific targets. So if you are installing for WatchOS, only the WatchOS code will be available to you. If you are installing for iOS, only the iOS code will be available. If you are installing for iPadOS, it's the same. So the app won't be bundled together, but it's different targets will be bundled for each platform. So the app size will be small. It depends upon the code you write and all the libraries that's being involved in. So that's the thing. You don't have to worry about app sizes being so big in SwiftUI. It's like quite superbly lightweight. So stuff like this would probably take 2 MB or 3 MB on normal UI kit. This would probably take like 700 KB to 1 MB on SwiftUI. So it's quite lightweight compared to that. Thanks. That's all the macOS app. So this view is which you have already used in iOS. So this is the same view as over here, and this toolbar is the same. This toolbar is the same, and star button is the same. The star button is the same, and the logic is also the same. It's shared. But this view is also like quite suited to iOS. The same the same detail view on iOS is the same as on macOS, so it's that simple. This will be the layout in iPadOS. If I run iPad simulator right now, I think my laptop is going to be dead. So I'll just leave the assumption to you. So the layout is for iPadOS is going to be exactly similar to that of the macOS. So you don't have to worry about that. So if you want a color favorite, everything works just exactly on same as on iOS and iPadOS. And the barely code which you have written for this is just for this sake, where we have wanted to have a model presentation for this, but navigation addition for this. So that's the only difference in macOS and iOS code. But pretty much the rest of the code is exactly the same. See the power of SwiftUI over here. So that's one true advantage. Uh, So let's jump into building the watch app for WatchOS. It's going to be really simple for WatchOS. So for WatchOS, if you start with a normal multi-platform app, you won't be having the WatchOS target. For that, you need to go to add new target and then select WatchOS and then watch app for iOS app. So once you are done with it, you should be selecting the uh, interface as SwiftUI and lifecycle as SwiftUI for this as well. So and just give a product name and finish it. Your list will be added. So since we already have a WatchOS target already listed, we are not going to be adding it over here. So did I paste this color view in the snippet bar? So color detail view. No. I'll just paste this snippet into the add color view for macOS. Okay, that's already done. Okay. So let's go and build the macOS app. So you'll be having content view for WatchOS. So what you need to do is again add the color list view and color detail view. So for uh, WatchOS, what you have been doing is that since uh, we don't really need to show the favorite button on WatchOS, so we'll just build a simple. I mean, we don't need to have toolbars for WatchOS as well. So we'll just build a simple list where we can just toggle the color list view. So that's one thing. So let's start building it, and you also should make sure that this color list view target is only for WatchOS extension and not for other extensions because there cannot be two same value types in the same target. So this color list view is different. This color list view is different, but the code is the same. So let's just go and build the color list view for this. Let's review for iOS. I have a question from Bala. Hi Bala. And so performance-wise, how efficient is with UI Kit? Uh, for simple apps like this is highly efficient, or I would even say it's faster than UI Kit. But when you add data like 1,000 lists, 1,000 objects in a list or something like that, that's when UI SwiftUI really struggles. In that case, UI Kit is extremely efficient. It's SwiftUI is still in a baby stage, so I'm pretty sure that they will be improving the performances in the upcoming releases. But right now, it's not advisable to go for SwiftUI when you have like loads and loads of data. So when you are going to be managing small data, it's quite efficient, quite simple, and fast as well compared to UI Kit. But the real block is when the data is more than thousands or 2,000 or 10,000 or 1 lakh or something like that. It's when you add like 1 lakh objects into a list, your your list is dead, your phone is dead. So that's how poor performance capabilities when should be as compared to UI Kit when the data is high. So if you think you will be having more data, I prefer not to use SwiftUI. So just like a simple input, say where you want to be adding a settings list or something like that. In that case, it's easy to do with SwiftUI and faster as well. So that's the thing. So let's run the app for WatchOS. So I'll just select the WatchOS extension. This selection and scope. We don't have this selection for WatchOS, so there's no such thing as selection for WatchOS. So let's just run for WatchOS. Uh, I think so, Bala. So it's quite the thing with how the view is rendered, but I still haven't studied. To be honest, I still haven't studied the rendering process compared to UI Kit as in SwiftUI because underlying the list, there's still the table view which is working. It's as of to build those render those views. So uh, I probably need to check on that, but it's a what there's already bugs raised uh, on shift.org for this, so probably we'll be trying to see it will be getting fixed. I have seen some Twitter folks from Apple acknowledge this issue, so they are working on it. So probably in future releases we'll be surely seeing it. So this is the color list view for WatchOS. It's a simple view. It has a for each, and it has a filtered colors list, and we'll be just simply displaying the colors in it. So just give me a second. This some issue. Yeah, I use the toggle button. So we'll be needing a toggle button on top of the list. So This list is of type carousel list style, which is a WatchOS specific list. I mean WatchOS specific style, and navigation title will be colors in WatchOS, and that will be this will be the same. When you click on color list row, this color list row, as you've seen, it's common for WatchOS, it's common for iOS, it's common for macOS. So this color list row, if you just go into it, you can see the target. It's in iOS, it's in macOS, and it's in WatchOS as well. So there are three targets. The color list row is shared between all those three targets. So that's the color list row, and we'll be navigating to color detail view. So the color detail view is quite specific for WatchOS. So since in iOS or WatchOS app, you could see this color list view is something quite pretty complex, which is not user friendly at all on WatchOS. So uh, the thing is that we will just go and build a different color detail view. As you've seen, the color detail views also the target is only specific for WatchOS. So let's just build the color list app first without the navigation part. This is the same. The data is all the same. It's all shared. If you see the models, it's all shared between all the targets. So you don't have to worry about that. So just a single data source. So imagine writing a data source for macOS specifically, iOS specifically, and WatchOS, tvOS. That's a painstaking task. So with this, it's all task cut out for you. Just a single target, and you just want to build and run it. That's all. So this is the color data for. Okay, I think the app is running. Okay, so the app is running right now. So we have a toggle favorites. So and the next is toggle. This is the color. This is the carousel listing. So when you see when you're scrolling, it's like kind of a carousel animation. So you can also use this. So we didn't build the detail view yet for this. So we'll just go quickly switch to building the detail view for this. So just go to color detail view. I haven't pasted this. Let's look at it. So, list two or points. So this is the color list view for WatchOS. I just copy paste it. And so this we'll just go into building color detail view. I'm sorry, just give me a second. I'll do this. So, this. So let's go. Color detail for WatchOS. So this color detail view will have a background color object, and we'll also have a VStack where VStack inside it will have a text, and there'll be a spacer. There'll be a divider. Divider is something a small line which is available for you, and uh, there'll be a hex code for it, and again a small divider, and there'll be a button for it. So this is all. This button is action is quite similar to the same on iOS. So you can just copy paste this iOS code over here, or write a common button and bind it to both iOS and macOS. That's also totally possible. So you don't have to worry about writing such big codes again and again. So you can individually define components, and that could be used between all the OSs. So that's also totally possible. So this button will have a small hot. Fill with if it is a favorite, it will be filled. If it is not favorite, it will be just an outline. So just let's build it, and I have a padding of around 30 points to all the edges. So let's see. So right now you have all the colors. So this is the color list view where you have the color name, and the hex code. There's a two dividers and there's a favorite button, and it's quite easy to use on WatchOS. You must also consider when making a WatchOS app the functionality that should be associated with an WatchOS app. So there's no point adding the add color option in the WatchOS app. You just need to simply quickly reference it, reference the colors in WatchOS. So that's the true use of WatchOS. So just a simple action, user action where you can just add a button. So this is it, and your favorites filter will also be working. Simple toggle. So you can just go over there and favorite it again. Navigate back. So all the selected colors will be displayed. So that's all for WatchOS. Uh, So in WatchOS, what the common things are, this list view is totally different, but you can still have a common list view, common list of this part alone. So this list view and this list view can be common, but the toolbar can be different. So that's how declarative or how composable nature of SwiftUI is. So you can easily compose things like that. For easy understanding, I have just added two different lists, but still you can just have a common list and just add the toolbars for different different OS alone. So that's also totally possible. But this detail view is entirely different. So let's go on building the tvOS app now. So for tvOS, you need to select the target as TV. So the tvOS, adding tvOS also same as this. File target, go to tvOS, add new tvOS application, and just select as SwiftUI and SwiftUI lifecycle, and you're done. So we already have tvOS target added. We don't have to worry about anything. So this tvOS also have a color list. So this color list view is totally different to iOS. So you can't have the same experience on iOS and iPadOS. So I mean on tvOS. So we need to efficiently use the space and provide the data in a bigger format. Like say, your mobile might be like 30 centimeters or 1 feet away from you, but it's not the same case with your TV. So it's like 10 to 20 feet away from you. So that's how TVs are usually, fixed in the home. So when the data is at 10 feet away, so probably you should be thinking of totally different layout for TV. So what I have done is that I'm probably adding a grid view. So this grid is part of SwiftUI 2.0, which was released last year. So uh, I get to newer versions in future. Uh, I think it's SwiftUI 2.0 is almost quite stable, but still there are a lot of features going on behind it. There's still a lot of bugs, but I would suggest to say it's nearing that stability when we achieve the stability from Swift 3.0 to Swift 4.0. So Swift 3.0 was totally different. Swift 4 was totally different. When you have migrated the code from Swift 3 to Swift 4, you would probably understand that. So it's quite the same situation right now. So I would say like Swift 2.0 is something similar to Swift 4.0. So let's wait and see for a few days. But I think it's achieved some stability. So they have bought some like familiarity with the code from with the APIs, and that how that should be acting on each of the different platforms. But it was not the same case with SwiftUI 1.0. It was all the APIs were acting weird in each different platforms. But now, right now, we pretty much know that this is how this component is going to be working in this platform. So it's come to that point where we are clear with how it's going to be working, but pretty much no assurity on it's going to be API is going to be totally changed in upcoming versions or something like that. So let's wait and see for some things. So I'm going to build a grid view over here. So uh, let's view for tvOS. I think did I create a color detail for WatchOS? No. Yeah. Detail for WatchOS. And also add the color list for color list for shorts. So let's just quickly build the tvOS. Let's do. There's a small navigation view in tvOS, and I'm having a scroll view. And this lazy vertical grid is a grid which expands vertically, and there's lazy horizontal H grid which expands horizontally. So if you want to use a horizontally scrolling grid, you could use lazy H grid. I want to scroll it vertically. I'm using lazy V grid, and the color, the data is the same. So it's color model data, and I'm just giving a padding across to all the views. I'm just flipping the data to color box view. This color box view is also specifically for macOS. So let's build the color box view right now. So this color box view will have a button. So there's something which you should be also looking for tvOS. So in tvOS, there's no point of touch points or something like that. So the only option is for you to use the tvOS remote. So the tvOS remote or the remote which is available on iPhone for tvOS remote, which pretty much emulates the hardware remote. So there's only a slide options. So when you slide, each component is being focused. So if you are developing a custom component, the SwiftUI doesn't comes with inbuilt custom component for, I mean, inbuilt focusable component for SwiftUI or tvOS. You should be building that functionality all over again. But for normal text buttons or stuff like that, it's already focusable. I'll let you know what's focusable when I run the app. So this button style is a card button style. So that's if you see the SwiftUI applications, I mean tvOS applications, you will be probably seeing the big chunks of cards, everything like that. So that style is called card button style, and it comes out of box for you for SwiftUI. And there's some text which is below that button, which displays the Xcode for that. Probably we could probably also add some text that displays not colony. So let's just run this tvOS app and make sure the target is only tvOS for this color box view. You can also, if you want this color box view in some other part, you could also use this object. I mean this type uh, by selecting this respective target, and you can use it. This um, the folder hierarchy is not what the target defines. It's the target selection that defines the app. So I mean the components availability in the app. So inside the target. So that's one thing you should be considered. So right now, this tvOS app is running. I'll just minimize this WatchOS apps. So you could probably see there's buttons over here. By focus, what I meant by is you can't just go and click on this or click on this icon on selected. So you probably need to navigate using the arrow icon. So I'm navigating using the arrow icon. So you could see I'm just navigating to arrow to this selected button. So it will be focused. So this is what by focus means. It just kind of maximizes the things. You could also probably write a custom focus animation for this. So that's left to you as well. So this is simple. My simple thing on tvOS app. So you could probably build a detailed view on this for tvOS or something like that. You could probably consider building that as well. This color view is a navigation part. So in tvOS, the setup is quite different to uh, navigation. So say for example, uh, uh, the navigation in iOS is like, say you have a tab view, and the navigation will be tab view, and the each tab would have its own navigation view. But it's not the same case in tvOS. The tvOS, the first view will be always the navigation view, and then the content view. So whatever the tabs or whatever you are adding, it will be below the navigation view, and uh, navigation will be the first entry point for that. So tvOS like concentrates on displaying the maximum or the content available to user. So this there would be no navigation view or navigation title inside the secondary views or whatever it is. So this is just a single view app which we built. But if you have multiple apps, this only the first view will have the navigation title and the rest won't. So that's how the navigation system works in tvOS. It's totally different from iOS. So let's see. And so that's it. We are done. So we are done building tvOS apps, and I'll just place those code snippets for tvOS as well. So navigation view. So tvOS navigation view. And I'll call it tvOS box view. So that's it. Also, let's look at the bigger picture. It's done on the what apps or macOS apps, TV apps, and something like that. Okay, this is the macOS app which we haven't done yet. So this is it. I'll just minimize this. Okay, let's just wait for macOS. I totally forgot to let you know one such free or I mean out of box feature for macOS. So that's quite interesting. You'll probably find it interesting as well. Yeah, why is this taking so long? So here, let's just compare the views. Simple views. So I think we are running out of time.
Yeah, Bharat, we are almost at the top of the
So
hour.
so just give me like a couple of minutes and we'll jump onto the
Sure,
quiz right away.
sure, sure.
So this okay. I have to wait for my first app. So now, okay, just run it again. I'm not sure if okay, it's here. Sorry. So if you select the windows over here, if you double click on it, your detail view is into a separate window. Really a cool feature. So you don't have to do any configurations for it. So just click on it. You have windows, separate windows for all your videos. It's these are some quite interesting features on it, and when you click on it, the Windows or navigation, I mean display hierarchy also will be managed by itself. You don't have to manage it with SwiftUI 1.0. That was the case. You have to manage each Windows, but now with SwiftUI 2.0, you don't have to even do that. It takes care, or this window management is also taken care by it. So that's something which you should be looking into if you're building for macOS Windows. So let's jump right into a small quiz at the end. It's a kind of a trivia for Apple fanboys, what I call myself. So let's jump into the quiz right away. So I think there are around 10 people watching the live chat. So let's just go to. I'll just close all these things. And I'll also share the GitHub link for the uh, code to you. So and final code to you so that you can just pull it and check it how it works. So, sorry. make this go public. Yeah, this will be public option. Alright. Too much for this. Okay, this final project is public. You can just pull it up and just run it on your device and check it out. I'll share it with you. So yeah, good to go. Oh, sorry, I missed a small part. So I think that you can post it link in the chat and description as well in the data. So let's jump into the quiz. So this is a simple trivia quiz and there's no complications. You don't have to worry about anything. Just give it a shot. There's some interesting Apple questions on some stuff. So just go right ahead and play it. All you need to do is take your mobile or laptop or something like that and just go to uh, Kahoot.it and probably show, display the name. So making the data automatically move to the sheets. Yeah. Let's see how many people joins the quiz. So if you're watching on laptop, please make sure that you use your mobile. You have another screen for viewing this questions. You'll have around 10 questions, each with 1 minute time to select the options. Only the options will be displayed on the mobile. The questions will be displayed on the view over here. So you just need to look into the view and select the question. So that's how it is. Okay, why is it starting? Okay. Some 10 seconds more. So there any people who is going to be joining, please join at the earliest. Just 5 people. Six. It's a simple quiz. You don't have to worry about anything. It's just some trivia. Just give it a shot of what you like. So this will be an interesting one. Make sure that you join in mobile. It's quite easy with mobile. Just go to Kahoot.it and enter the game pin over here, which is displayed, and you're good to go. I think we are going to be starting. Let's try. Yeah, right into the game. Okay. I just named it NS quiz. And there's some question related to that as well based on the topic. Okay, this is the first question. So NS in Apple's API stands for. You just have to select the respective color on mobile. So let me wait for. There's a lag of around 20 seconds. So just try to manage it. So you'll be having around 40 seconds or 50 seconds for the question. So select the answers. I think we had around 8 answers. We are good to go. So 9 answers. Yeah, the NS in older Apple API stands for next step. So Bravelock is winning. We had around 6 answers. So let's go for the next question. Let's say this is a simple one problem. It's I wanted to make the difficulty harder for everyone. So it's like other questions all trivia. Just give it a shot. It doesn't matter what it is. But also you have when you're answering the right questions, you have a streak which adds points for the streak when you're answering 3 to 4 questions on streak. So we have around 5 answers now, around 30 seconds. There's a lag of exactly around 10 seconds. So let's see. Did we get answers from everyone? Or you just got- So we have three answers for 16. Let's give or take shot. No issues. Just let's go for the next one. Develop is leading. So let's look at the next question. So which of the following framework was introduced in WWDC 2020? So it's a totally new kit. So um, this are, I mean, this has been recently on fire on Twitter with some famous persons tweeting something about this as well. So this is, I think, pretty much everyone should be able to answer it if you have watched the WWDC 2020. So let's see. It's the crypto kit which was introduced in WWDC 2020. Others were pre 2019 or 2019. So Fuzzy Bezer has taken up top post. Let's go for the next one. What's the minimum size recommended by Apple for HID for user touch controls? So it's 46 points cross 44 points, or 44 points cross 44 points, 44 pixels cross 44 pixels. This is official part of official HID documentation from Apple. So if you have closely worked with a designer or someone, you will probably know this by now. I would suggest sticking to the size when you're building SwiftUI applications. So let's see. We have around 8 answers. So 17 seconds more. Have 9 answers. I think we have to have one more answer. Let's wait for one person. Timer is running. Okay. So the answer is 44 cross 44 points. So uh, if you're, I mean, having a say a button or something like that, it should be 44 points. 44 cross 44 points at the minimum. Although not many people are recommended it, but what's the correct way to create a raw string in Swift UI? Swift. So this raw string was released part of Swift UI 5.0. Not many people use it, but there's some pretty much good stuff you can do with raw strings. So what's the correct way to create a raw string in Swift UI? Sorry, not Swift UI. I know I call it a trivia, but this is going to be more technical. But I try to get almost all the possible questions so that you people are also aware of the pretty much features that's available in Swift and Apple. So let's see. I have 9 answers, so let's wait for one more answer. That's most important for me. Yeah, this hello world hash is the right way to create a raw string. So Bravelog elated getter is on the top. Bravelog is on second. Rooting for Bravelog next. So Apple acquired this app developed by Benjamin Starfield and Tristan Cosmic on February 2014. What's this app? This is a popular app you use as a developer. You use this popular app. So what's this app? I think I pretty much gave away the answer away. So let's wait for the answers. I think everyone should be answering this question. I think we have around 3 more questions to go. Let's see. Yeah, Despite was the app which was actually first built for Android and iOS, but it was bought by Apple, and we are just using the Despite app now. So later getter remains on top, on Fuzzy Bassett goes down. So let's see. Who authored or co-authored more Swift evolution proposals? As you know, Swift is an open source language. We can propose uh, features to Swift. So there's one person who been constantly doing this for pretty much long time. So he or she is very famous among the Swift community. So who is it? He or she. It's a clue. Chris Landers, a founder, was leading the team at Apple, but not anymore. So I'll just give a simplified option. It's not Chris Landers. Okay, so Erika Sutton is the one who created most of the evolution proposals until now. So let's hope to see more people. I mean, let's see if there are any people to beat that number. So it's the eighth question. So pre-Xcode 4.1, developers paid dash dollars to use Xcode. So previously, Xcode was only a developer only application, not a freeware like it is now. So what was that price? Pre-Xcode 4.1. I think Xcode 4.1 was around 2007 or 8. I'm not sure. So it was during that time, 2007, 8, 9, that time. So let's see who gets it right. So this $4.99 is the right answer. So we were, I mean, developers used to get Xcode along with macOS developer license. So it was not available as a freeware previously. You should be paying $4.99. So I mean, I wish still the App Store license fee was right now instead of $99, 4.99 was the norm. It would be a lot more people would be interested developing apps more for Apple. So this is a new another question. So codables were introduced in Swift which version? So this version was like a major version in Swift's lifetime. So I'm pretty much you would be knowing about the major version of Swift. I had a lot of head pain migrating from that older version to this current version, which is the answer for this. So let's see what is the answer. I think we have two more questions to go, and we will be done. So let's wait for two more questions and wrap up this session. So yeah, we got codables from Swift 4.0. We had pretty much the headache of writing the parsing functions for uh, serializing the data. So thanks to Swift 4.0, you're done. So right now, the last question: who leads the Swift team currently at Apple? Who's it? Who's it? Who's it? I'll narrow down the options for you. It's not Chris Latter. He has start. He was in the news recently for starting organization of his own. So it's not Chris Latter. He left Tesla as well. He left Google. Uh, he was the founder at Swift team at Apple. Okay, we have around 10 seconds, 10 answers. I'm not able to see the skip button over here. There's 10%. That's 10 more seconds. Let's wait. Okay, Ted is the one who is leading the Swift team at Apple right now. So, okay, we are end of the session, I guess. So, yeah, who a letter getter back to Padi. So, a letter getter wins next. Hope congrats, a letter getter. Poppy Camel, the second, Brave Luck, the third. Congrats, everyone. So, hoping to see you in the next physical meetup if it is possible. So, see, it's the end of the quiz. Thanks everyone for joining the session today. I wish we met everyone in person. This session would be really, really like interesting. So I would have like we could have had a hands-on implementing different iOS features as well. So for each platforms and to see those features come live in front of you, doing a hands-on in a physical event is totally different experience. There's I mean, the virtual meets can be no match for it, but to the physical events, but still, there's a way which we could communicate even during these difficult times. And I wish everyone the good health for the coming days, and hope we come out of this situation very soon and meet everyone in person soon. If there's
Yeah,
anything
Bharat.
you And if there's anything you want to let me know, or I'm available all time on Twitter. So you can find me on Perform Segway on Twitter. So it's my Twitter handle. So it's Perform Segway. So just search for me, and I'm looking forward to talk to your Twitter as well. Thanks to MobiTalk team for giving me an opportunity to speak to everyone after a long time. So thanks everyone. Thanks to MobiTalk.
Thanks, Bharat, for such an insightful session. It was really fun. And I know if it was not in a virtual way and we were in offline mode, it would have been much more fun. But it was, regardless of that, it was amazing. Thank you. And thank you for everyone who joined. Congratulations to the winners of Kahoot game as well.
And congrats, guys.
Thank you, Bharat. It was a really great session. And thanks for sharing all the code snippets on the final repo as well. Thanks everyone for joining. Have a good night.
Good night, guys.